Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how you can dominate the lane with Seraphine in mid lane. I'm pretty sure you guys have not seen too much Seraphine mid lane, but let me tell you right now that it's definitely a strong pick if in the right draft. I'll talk more about when to pick it and how to play it and how to, how to use your abilities during the gameplay part of the video. Now I'm going to talk about how to build Seraphine. There's timestamps in the description if you just want to skip to the gameplay. So just before getting into the gameplay part, build part, I have a little teaser for you guys on a champion that I am getting really good at. So I'm going to make a video of it again very soon. Yeah, that's a good champion for you guys right there. That's a good champion. So let's now talk about how to build Seraphine. So with Seraphim, there are three core items, which means there are three items that you always want to build. So let me tell you immediately. Well, actually four. First one is Ludens Echo. Second one is Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Third one is Rabadon's Death Cap. And then the fourth one is Void Staff. You always build these items no matter what. You always build them. So that makes the build pretty easy, right? So you start with the Ludens Echo, then you get the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, then you go for the Rabadon's Death Cap, and then as your third, fourth, or fifth item, you get a Void Staff. It depends on when you feel like you need it. When the enemy has any magic resist, you have to build it. And then we have situational items. So the first one that I want to talk about is Rylai's Crystal Scepter, which is my favorite item on Seraphim. And the thing about this item is, when you build it, it's true that it doesn't give you that much damage or any damaging passive. However, damaging active abilities and empowered attacks slow enemies by 20% for 1 second. Why is this good on Seraphim? Because your third ability, even if it's not empowered, is always gonna root the enemy when you hit them. It's just always gonna root them. And when you do the empowered third ability, it's gonna stun them. It's gonna stun them. How crazy is that? And then on top of that, it also gives you 350 max health. So it's gonna make you pretty tanky as well. So this item is so good for heavy CC on Seraphim. Also, your first ability is gonna slow the enemy, and your empowered basic attacks are gonna slow the enemy, guys. Because when you hit your abilities on enemies, you're gonna get these. You guys know the passive of Seraphim, right? Where you get your bonus damage and bonus range when you hit enemies. That's also gonna slow the enemy, guys. So how crazy is that? Okay, so if you don't want to get this item, you can also get an Infinity Orb for the burst damage. This one is going to give you way more damage because when the enemy is under 35% HP, you are going to completely demolish that enemy. Now, the other situational item is Crystalline's Reflector. This one against full attack damage compositions. So if you're against any full attack damage composition, you go for that item. Let me see. So the Green Book is obviously also a situational item as some of your last items. You can actually build... Oh, what did I do? You can actually build the Infinity Orb earlier on, like you can maybe even build this as your second item, just to get those Grievous Wounds, and then finish off the Green Book as your very last item, because this finishing off the item is not really that worth it, because it doesn't give you really amazing stats. So getting the Infinity Orb early is also viable against heavy healing compositions, like a Nami or something like that, and then later on you finish off the Green Book. Now there is another item, guys. There is another item, which is Staff of Flowing Waters. And let me just tell you about this item. This is a support item. But the thing is, it's so perfect for Seraphim that it also works in mid lane if you have the right composition for it. And the reason for that is if you have an Evelynn in your team, for example, and your Evelynn wants to go in and you use your second ability, to shield your allies, you're going to be providing the Evelynn a lot of ability power and a lot of ability haste. So when she goes in and uses her ultimate, she's going to have 20 bonus ability haste for it. So her ultimate is going to be on a lower cooldown and she's going to have a lot of bonus ability power. And on top of that, you're going to give that to your whole team that you shield, right? So if you have any heavy ability power champion in your team, like Evelynn or full AP Gragas, or I don't know, Ziggs, or just any full AP champion that you feel like will benefit a lot from this passive, get the Staff of Flowing Waters as your third item. I know it's going to do a little less damage, however, it's just still worth it because it gives you 20 ability haste as well, it gives you infinite mana. This is a really, really good item on Seraphim, guys. Okay, Oh, about the enchantments, there are two that you can go for, which is first of all, let's get this one. Stasis enchant. Get this one against Zed, maybe Diana. Well, Diana, it could be good against Diana because Diana's ultimate and things like that. Basically, get it when you feel like you need it. Otherwise, you can go for Protobelt. Protobelt allows you to get closer to the enemy without having to sacrifice your flash to hit your abilities very easily, right? Either your ultimate or your third ability. Okay, now about the runes. Electrocute. It's so easy to hit the Electrocute on Seraphine. It's just absolutely the perfect rune because of your passive. You know, when you hit a double ability, it's so easy to proc the Electrocute because when you hit your ability, your basic attacks are going to get a bonus range, allowing you to hit it for free, and hitting 3 separate attacks procs the Electrocute. So it allows you to deal a lot of burst damage in the lane and also when catching out an enemy. Now for the second rune, look, the thing is, weakness would probably be the best rune for your team. But if you don't trust your team, just go for Brutal, because it gives you very heavy damage in the early game. And also, I guess in the late game, it gives you that 2% magic penetration. It's not the most amazing thing, but it gives you bonus damage instead of your teammates with the weakness. So that's why I prefer it. But honestly, if you feel like your team is pretty decent, you should always go for weakness. If you know that your team is good, or if you just have a good feeling about your team when you see their names, right? If you know their names. Okay, so for the third rune, Hunter Titan is generally going to be good, so you don't get stun locked. But Bone Plating is also amazing if you're against a champion that deals a lot of burst damage with his abilities and his basic attacks, because Bone Plating is going to be tanking up all that damage. It's a really good rune, especially on Seraphine. I think in that game I was against some CC, so I went for Hunter Titan, but basically Bone Plating is going to be the best in most cases. And then for your fourth rune, even though Sweet Tooth is broken, I know. Mana Flow Band is a necessary rune on Seraphine. I tried to go for Sweet Tooth, but you're gonna run out of mana, really. You really need the Mana Flow Band on Seraphine. Okay, for your spells, you want to go for Flash and Ignite, or Flash and Exhaust. And the reason that Exhaust is amazing, so the first reason is because Exhaust is underrated. Exhaust is a really good rune. And the second reason is Exhaust slows the enemy, so your third ability is gonna root them without being empowered. And when it is empowered, it's gonna stun them with the Exhaust, even in the early game, guys. So enough about the build, let's now get into the gameplay. So, Seraphine mid lane, guys. This is, I don't want to say it's underrated, because it's not amazing, but it's definitely a pick that works when people think it doesn't work. So let me immediately get to the point. When do you pick Seraphine mid lane? You pick it against melee champions. It's very simple, guys. Pick Seraphine if the enemy... Ooh, that Blitzcrank got me, but we got him back. There he is. He actually had to flash. Pick Seraphine mid lane if the enemy has a lot of melee champions. Now, you can see that our enemies have four melee champions. Of course, I immediately picked Seraphine into that. So why do you pick it against 4 melee champions? Because it's very easy to hit your abilities on them. And this Blitzcrank, man... This Blitzcrank is crazy. You'll see that these enemies are gonna hard gank my lane. Maybe they knew who I was, or they just wanted to shut down the Seraphine. But these enemies really hard gank my lane. So, yeah, it's very easy to hit melee champions with Seraphine. And the main reason for that is your ultimate and your third ability. Because this can be a little hard to hit on ranged champions, because they can just, you know, stay on a range and allowing them to dodge it. Because it takes some distance for your third ability to travel, right? So they can actually dodge it pretty easily. But if an enemy is melee, as you can see, Diana had to get a little close to me to hit her abilities. So it was really easy for me to hit my third ability. And a thing that you need to understand about Seraphine too, she's a pretty late game champion. I'm not saying she's weak in the early game, because she definitely has some nice early game damage. But her main damage and CC and just strongness comes in the late game, guys. And, oh, she gets strong in the late game. You can see that they're really trying to gank me. I really couldn't do anything here, to be honest. I got slowed by the Rengar. I already used my flash. I just died here, honestly. It's not the end of the world, but it just kind of sucks. And the order that you want to upgrade your abilities on mid lane Seraphine, by the way, is first you upgrade your first ability. First you fully upgrade your first ability. That's what I'm trying to say. Then you fully upgrade your third ability. And then lastly, your second ability. And you take your ultimate upgrades whenever you can. You know, whenever you can, you take it. So that's how you want to do it. Your main damage is going to be coming from your first ability, guys. Not your third ability, but your first ability. Keep that in mind. It's really important to understand, because if you don't understand that part, then you're going to lack a lot of damage. And another thing to understand is your first ability deals more damage to enemies that are at low HP. You know, so if an enemy is at a very low amount of HP, your first ability is going to deal a lot of bonus damage. And you can see that this Diana is pretty smart, because she went for bone plating, which is the absolute perfect rune against Seraphine. Because my burst damage is not going to be working against her in the early game. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. You know, in the late game, I'm still going to do a lot of damage. Let's see. So Diana can't go in. You can see she cannot go into the minions. This is what I mean. Oh, the Blitz is here. So I used my ultimate because I saw that my Graves was coming. I tried to waste some of the time because I saw the Graves was coming. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any kill, but it was still a nice try, I would say. Because using my ultimate like that was definitely not a... Well, it was a waste, but the idea behind it was good. So with your ultimate on Seraphine, it's a charm, right? It's a charm for 1 second, 1.25, and then 1.5 on level 3. It's really good for time waste. Like if an enemy goes on you, you can easily hit it like that. You can just auto aim it and it's gonna hit all the enemies that are on top of you. So if your allies are coming, it's a good ability to waste our time. Of course, it's an amazing team fighting ability to catch out enemies as well, but I'll get more into that in the late game when I use it in the late game, right? So another thing to understand about Seraphine, she has really fast wave clear. Here I actually chose to just go on the Diana, but you can see that Diana is actually a pretty good champion into Seraphine, because she has, first of all, she went for bone plating to tank my damage. Secondly, she has the first ability to poke me from a range. Third of all, she has that stupid second ability to give her shields to, you know, to tank all my damage. Because normally you would really destroy melee champions in the mid lane. But Diana actually has good survivability. So in the early game, you're not going to demolish your lane against a Diana. But against most melee champions, you are. I can almost get my Luna's Echo. I can get it now. It costs 1050 gold, so I'm gonna go get it. This is your first major power spike. Well, no. I wouldn't say it's a major power spike. This is your first power spike. Your major power spikes comes at the Rabbanon's death cap part. That's when you get really strong. Like right now, you're gonna get strong, so you can do something. You're gonna have some nice poking, but it's not a major power spike. But let's take a look. My team is fighting without me for some weird reason. Yeah, I just completely missed my abilities there, so that sucks. The dragon is low, but we can fight. I have my ultimate in 5 seconds. Boom! Oh, that flash was really good. I got the Rengar because of it. That was really nice. So you can combine your flash with either your third ability or your ultimate. And the way that you do it is first you use your third ability and then you use flash. Or first you use your ultimate and then your flash. What this allows you to do is to completely surprise the enemy and just, you know, completely demolish them with these abilities, because you're gonna get super close to them in their face and they can't dodge it unless they flash away as well. That was a pretty good fight. And see, the other thing to understand about Seraphine is even though you're a mid laner and deal a lot of damage, you can still act like a support with your second ability. Do not forget about the second ability, guys. Even if you don't upgrade it in the early game, it's still a very powerful tool to give your team shielding. I don't recommend you to use the empowered second ability because you know you're still a damage Seraphine, you're not a support Seraphine. So don't use an empowered second ability because it's kind of a waste in the early game because you only have it on level 1. Oh, I missed. You're much better off using an empowered first ability or an empowered third ability, you know, to either root the enemy or to deal a lot of damage. Your empowered second ability is only going to be good in the late game, you know, to heal your team. So yeah, Rengar used his ultimate. You can clearly see that. I pinged it to my team as well. Oh, Ezreal died. That's not good. Uh-oh, the Blitzcrank caught someone. So annoying, man, to play against the Blitzcrank. I saw that the Rengar has a double buff, so I'm not really bothering to go on the Rengar at this point, because he's gonna heal up anyways from the blue buff. Oh. Okay, the Jax just went in alone. I can defend this. Like, as a Seraphine, you can easily defend things like this. Ult. Boom. Boom. Look at that damage. Oh, what is happening? Can I get some kills? Boom! Easy kill. Are you guys seeing that damage? Seraphine, baby! Yeah! When the enemy is at low HP, you're gonna deal so much damage with your first ability, guys. Keep that in mind. Especially when they're under 50% HP. I think that's when you deal the max damage of the first ability. It's so crazy. And also, when these enemies are chasing you, these melee enemies, it's so easy to hit your third ability on them. That's why I said that Seraphine is really good against melee champions. It's especially because of your third ability and your ultimate. So you saw that they were chasing, like look, Blitzcrank chasing me. I can easily just hit him with the third ability. That's how it works, guys. He really wants to catch me, huh? So what I did right there is I used my first ability first and then my empowered third ability to root him. That was really nice to, you know, root him in place. Yeah. Easy kill with the flash. He had no time to react to that. I just flashed to the Riven with my third ability and I killed him. Where's the Rengar? There he is. Boom, and another kill, guys. Are you guys seeing the power of Seraphine here against these melee champions? Are you guys seeing how Seraphine can be really strong in the mid lane? So now I'm building towards my Rabadon's Death Cap, and this is the point. When you get a Rabadon's Death Cap, you are gonna deal so much damage. It's crazy. Your first ability especially, it deals so much damage. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like. Oh, I need to do the giveaway winners. It's actually 1 hour before upload time right now. So I'll pick the winners right now and I'll put them in the next video, okay? Jesus Christ. You know why like right now it's the morning. You know why I'm recording the video right now? Because I'm kind of trying to fix my sleep schedule. Instead of uploading videos at night. So that's why, you know, I fell half asleep yesterday evening. So that's why I couldn't do the giveaways. So I'll do them right now and I'll put them in the video tomorrow. Don't worry. But the giveaway is only gonna count for the videos of previous months, of course. You know, that's how it works. Okay. Oh! Yeah, I'm getting caught here. You can see that if you get caught, and if you already use your third ability, it's kind of rough to survive. Of course, you have your second ability to survive, but yeah. Besides that, you're gonna get destroyed. Come on, Graves. Got this. Go, go, go. Boom! Nice. That's very good. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, apologies, guys. Apologies for the delay on the giveaway. It's my fault. I'm sorry, but keep in mind that it's still gonna be the same. It's just delayed by 2 days. So, you know, I'm sorry. I know. Oh yeah, and another little tip that I have for you on Seraphine is when you're in your base, use 2 of your abilities just so you can immediately get an empowered ability. Like right now you can see, because I use 2 abilities in base, I have an empowered ability immediately. Here, I have no idea what I did. I have no idea. What was that? For some reason, I thought that my team was engaging while the Jax died, and then I wanted to flash and then third ability to immediately burst all of them down, but no, that's not how it works, guys. You cannot flash into 4 enemies. That's not how it works. I know that using your flash with the third ability is really good for burst damage, but you're gonna die if you do it in the middle of 4 enemies, guys. That's, you know, that's not how it works. So here you can see again, using 2 abilities in the base allows me to immediately get an empowered ability. It's very important. It's like an easy thing to do. Yeah, here you can see Kai'Sa is a ranged enemy, so I'm just hesitating to use my third ability because it's gonna be nearly impossible to hit her because she can easily dodge it. And I almost have my Rabadon's Death Cap. There it is. So I knew that. I wanted to get this wave, and I'm still moving here because we don't know whether or not they're doing the Baron. So I'm just gonna ward it and then I'll go back because they're not doing it. Yeah, and now I have the Rabadon's Death Cap. And here it all changes. Here you get so much damage, and then here it becomes situational. What do I want to build? What kind of item do I want to build? So in this game, did I go for the Infinity Orb? I'm pretty sure I went for the Infinity Orb because my team has no ability power at all. Oh no, I actually went for the Rylai's Scepter. I personally really like the Rylai's Scepter as the third item because it's gonna give you even more CC. You know, the root is gonna be so easy, the stuns, and also the other slows that you get. It's just such a big item for Seraphine, guys. That's why I went for it. So let's see what's gonna happen. Now, I'm also... no, what was I gonna say? No, yeah, now I'm gonna start putting points in my second ability as well. So this ability is also gonna get a little more use. Unfortunately, the enemy has a blitzcrank, so it's pretty annoying. Here I tried to hit. So what I tried to do here is I tried to hit the enemies through my allies, but they all flashed away. Rengar and the blitzcrank flashed away, so I wasn't able to hit them, unfortunately. We should get this turret, by the way. Okay, let's take a look at this fight. So I'm just standing outside the turret. Look at that damage! Oh my god! I hit my empowered first ability on both enemies, and it dealt so much damage on them. They got the Baron, however, but only 3 of them got the Baron. It's still not good for us, but it's only 3 of them, so it's not the end of the world. We're in a 5 versus 3 situation right now, so we could maybe catch an enemy or something like that. But yeah, that was just a beautiful. Like, those kills were beautiful under that tower. Did you see that? You can just stay from such a far range and still do so much damage with that first ability. It's so nice to play Seraphine. Our Jax is going ham on the Riven though. I need to push out some waves. Oh, the Diana's coming already, so it's gonna be an empowered wave. So I'm waiting in the bush here, and then, you know, I was waiting because I thought that the Diana might go into my graves, thinking it was a free kill. Uh-oh, this is not good. Yeah. There it is. We both got killed. The Kai'Sa is incredibly fed because our Ezreal is really bad. Like, he gave the Kai'Sa a really free lane. As you can see, the Kai'Sa almost has 14,000 gold, while I'm at like nearly 11,000 gold. So of course I'm gonna get wrecked by an enemy that has 3,000 more gold than me. That's how it works, you know. But yeah, I still got caught out there. Even if he wasn't super fat, I would have probably died there. Look at him, he's almost level 14 as well. I'm level 12. He's so fat in his lane. It's kind of a problem. So what is the strategy against an enemy that is so fat? Let me tell you guys. So you want to be a little more careful against them, unless it's a free kill like this with a flash ultimate. But basically you want to be careful. There I just got the kill because it was free. He would never expect me to flash ult, so it was a free kill. But basically you kind of want to play it a little careful and get to a higher level yourself, you know, level 13, 14, 15, because then you're gonna get closer to them. And there I died because the Rengar killed me. But you saw there as well that my third ability rooted the enemies even though it was not empowered. And that's because of the Rylai's Scepter. Or wait, was it? Or they were slowed by the Janna actually, because that's also how it works. I have a Rylai's Scepter, but also with a Janna it works, because if a Janna slows them with the second ability, you can then also use your third ability. So those are also some synergies that you have with Seraphine. If you pick her with some other allies that have a lot of slows, like Ashe is pretty much the perfect synergy for Seraphine, because her basic attacks slow the enemy. So whenever Ashe basic attacks an enemy, even your normal third ability is gonna root the enemy. So, you know, these synergies are really, really nice. So Janna is also a really good synergy. Yeah, I'm telling him that I want the blue buff because I'm dealing a lot of damage. He actually gave it. That's really nice. So I kind of want to get to level 14 really fast, because then the level difference is only going to be 1 with the Kai'Sa, because then the Kai'Sa is likely going to be level 15 instead of 2 level difference. So yeah, I kind of want to get level 14 here. I'm telling him to not go up because the enemy has a Rengar. Rengar can literally one-shot the Ezreal at any point while he's there. So that's why I didn't actually go up to that wave, because it's pretty stupid to do. Like, this Ezreal, what is he doing? He's going way too far on his own. You can't do that in the late game. Yeah, like you can see, I just really want to get to level 14 fast. This is not a good fight. Yeah, this is such a bad fight. I tried to save him there, but ended up probably killing myself. Yeah, there it is. This was all Ezreal's fault, to be honest. He's trolling me. I killed him because he did that. Why would he do that? And now we killed all of them. Why? He was like, he was just putting smileys like, haha, easy kill, blah blah blah, and then he just didn't expect the huge burst damage to come in from Seraphine. Because when you're under 50% HP, you take a lot of damage from Seraphine's first ability. That's what I knew. So what I did is I just immediately used my third ability and then my empowered first ability to just completely demolish him, you know, to kill him. And And now we get the Baron. We just get the Baron for free right there. It's so easy. The Riven is there, but we have a Grace. He's the jungler. Riven is the Baron laner. Janna is giving our Grace healing. So and the Graves fills his smite against a non-jungler and gives the enemies Baron at this crucial moment of the game. I don't know what the Blitzcrank is doing. We killed the Blitzcrank, but they have Baron. They have Baron. The enemies have Baron. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. This is... yeah, okay. Well, if we die now, we just lose the game. Or if any... like, if only one of us stays alive, we probably also lose the game. Because they have a Baron. And they also get bonus damage because they have the Baron. So it gives us a lower chance to win a fight. He just died. Yep. I'm dead. Oh, they really need to get kills here. Yep. We just lost the game because of that Baron. We just lost the game. This was such a nice video where I was talking. I think that's the second loss already in a row that I uploaded on my YouTube channel. I think yesterday's video was also a loss. Oi, oi, oi. That hurts, guys. That hurts. That really hurts. That loss really hurts. Alright. Well, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let's take a look at how much damage everyone did and what rating everyone got and things like that. Because a lost game is still a game, you know, can still be entertaining. I don't want to upload wins only because, yeah, otherwise videos are going to be very boring to watch. 32.3 thousand damage. Pretty nice damage, you know, pretty nice. I provided a lot of CC to my team. And, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to quickly upload the video because it's only half an hour before schedule time. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.